table 14. Y'all will stand up. This is people from here, and they've got union buttons. And you can also get from them information about the internship program that we run and volunteer opportunities with our union here in Indiana. And I am a Hoosier. I was born when my parents were at Purdue. My father's family comes from the little towns of Brazil and Bee Ridge. Anybody here from Bee Ridge or Brazil? Okay. Awesome, amazing. Hello. We're probably related. It's great to be here, and I'm kind of astonished at the turnout. That's really quite remarkable, and I have great respect for those of you that organized it. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. When I was just a little baby homosexual in 1968, my family moved to Arizona, where both my parents got jobs teaching at Arizona State University. And I was already getting beat up a lot in middle school and called a lot of names that I didn't really understand, and I hoped so much that moving to a new city and a new school would maybe spare me from some of that, but in fact it got worse when we got to Phoenix. And they were just calling me a lot of names I didn't understand, so I looked them up. And I went and looked in my father's library. He taught psychology, and it was there that I read that people like me were criminals, were sick and sinful and doomed to miserable lives without love or joy. That was really the only information that was available, and that's why I begin and end my book, When We Rise, with the sentence that the movement saved my life. And that's not rhetoric. I would not be here today if it was not for the movement. I had a doctor, a family physician, who was very understanding and kept asking me about the odd bruises that I had. And then he gave me a little note. He said, I think you have a lung disease and shouldn't go to gym class. And so every day during PE, I would hide out in the library and read magazines and try to remember every now and then to go, oh, I'm so sick. And it was in the school library at the end of 1971, flipping through Life magazine, that I saw a headline that said, Homosexuals in Revolt. And there were 10 pages of photographs and text about the new gay liberation movement. And one of the pictures in particular caught my attention because it featured a large number of very attractive young men with long hair with their fists in the air confronting the police in Greenwich Village, New York. And then there were several more pages about the new movement in San Francisco and Los Angeles and other places. And it was just the most extraordinary moment for me to learn right then that I was not alone, that there were other people like me, that we had a community, and that there was a movement, and that movement was part of the movement that my family had already supported in fighting back against the Vietnam War and supporting Dr. King in the Civil Rights Movement. I understood that part of that movement was for people like me. But I thought my life was over before it even began. And that year, both my parents had had medical issues, and there were a lot of pills in the house. There were pain pills and muscle relaxers and sleeping meds.